Okay, so today we're gonna make enchiladas verdes, which means green enchiladas. Right here we have tomatoes, green tomatoes, already boiled, a bunch of cilantro, a piece of onion for blending, and a big garlic to blend it with the sauce. And this is to go on top of the the sauce when you serve it. You put some diced tomatoes, diced onion, and then I'm gonna grate the cheese in a minute. So stay tuned, and we're just gonna finely chop the onion. In some cases, a lot of people leave them like this. So it's up to you if you wanna dice it or leave them in slices like this. But I prefer to chop them. So chop them down, and we'll see you in the next step. Okay, so now we're gonna blend the green tomatoes, the garlic, onion, and the cilantro. This actually might be too much, so I'm just gonna cut this amount. This is a little piece. I'm not sure how much this would be, but yeah, just a little piece. You could do less. It doesn't matter. It's up to you, your taste buds. If you don't have a big garlic, you can use two, and then the green tomatoes. So let's put them on. Put them in there.
How long should I boil the green tomatoes for?
So that once the tomatoes turn a different color, I like to leave them a little bit raw, a little green or uncooked part on the top. You could turn them around, boil them. So, but it's up to you. You can leave them like that or boil them 100%, like this one. Now, you leave them until they turn colors. See the original color, which is green? This really bright green right here. Then they'll turn into this really dull color. That's when you know that they're done. Now, a good tip for you: always get the smaller the better green tomato. It's always better, and the greener the better. If you see this original color here, turn on. See that original color? Hope it pops up a little bit. Now that color is what we're looking for in a green tomato. Open up the husk that they come in, or if sometimes they're already peeled, but that's the color we're looking for. Sometimes they're a bit green, they're a bit yellowish. This is the best I could do. So yeah, this is the lightest color. Sometimes they're super dark. Those are the ones you're looking for. Smaller the better. If that's what you have, they don't have anything else, it's fine. I also suggest not to use the water you boiled them in, because sometimes their green tomatoes are very they have a lot of acidity, and they can be too much to handle in the taste bud if you're not used to them. So into the blender without any water, without the boiled water, like this, the onion, the garlic, and a bunch of cilantro. The same, this is up to you however much you want. If you don't like the taste, you could do a little bit. You can do more than that. So yeah, so right there. Okay, so now here I just added enough water, not the boiled water, remember. I just added enough water to cover about 3/4 of the tomatoes. Because remember, everything else is on top. So about 3/4 of the tomatoes, that's the amount of water I use. So now we're off to blend. Secure it down. Cover this. Let me bring the cilantro down. And we're off. Because the green tomatoes are hot, I suggest you start it at a low level, because if you do it at a high level, it might burst upwards with the force. It might burst upwards and you could burn yourself. If you want, or just put, you know, a kitchen towel on top of it. So start slow and then work your way up. Okay, so right now the next step is we're gonna fry up the tortillas. The tortillas are usually our favorite ones to use. Quite a lot of oil for this one. Our favorite ones to use are either store brand or this one, Guerrero. They're just good. They're thin. They're great to use it on the enchiladas. If your store has store brand tortillas, they come like this. I don't like to use these because I don't know, they're too thick, they're too big, I don't like how they fry up. If you fry them for like chips, that's great. If you fry them for like chips, that's great. Other than that, I don't like them for salsa.
So which other kinds of tortillas do you recommend?
You can use any kind. I like these because they're like I said, they're thinner, they're a little bit smaller, and they do fry up pretty good. You can leave them just a little bit like that. That's enough. Make sure you can see right there. You can leave them just like this if you don't like them too crunchy, too hard. I like to have them a little bit more fried than this. But yeah, see how it starts to stiffen up. I'll do one of the other ones just so you can see the differences.
Why does the tortilla bubble up like that when I'm frying it?
Oh, that happens because there's the air, the hot air starts to form inside the tortilla, so it'll bubble up. So yeah, now this is a good one. Drain it, set it aside. Like I said, I like it a little bit more crunchier, more harder.
How much oil should I use?
Oh, also, yeah, it depends on how many tortillas you're gonna fry up. I'm gonna fry up, I think it's like 15. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Close. 12. So I'm gonna fry up 12. Oh, let me do the other one just to show you. See the difference? It's really, really small. They're thinner. They're don't think that because they look cooked that they're done. They are not cooked. You're gonna need to cook them always, either on your pan, fried, or in a comal. That's a comal that's really good for cooking your tortillas. Okay, set that aside.
What type of oil should I use?
You can use any oil. If you use, I know a couple of oils burn really, really fast. I like to use an avocado oil, but that's completely my preference. Okay, now this one, see? It's a little bit less pliable, a little bit like more, see, it came apart a bit. They got stuck on the bottom. That's okay. If that happens, it's no big deal. Like, I don't know. I don't like the taste of this when you fry it. I love these when, I'm making a taco. but they're not really my. This was too much. It had, I don't know if I didn't show you, but it had a little bit too much of a condensation, I guess you could say, inside the tortilla when I use it. But there, like that. See, now let's check the size difference. See? Like, that's really, really big. But like I said, that's up to you. And how many? I used, I believe it was 2 pounds of green tomato. But I don't, that's for like 3 people. Like I said, about 12 tortillas worth, 12 enchiladas worth. I'm twirling it around so it doesn't get stuck to the bottom, because since that yellow tortilla. Oh, and then there's different colors if you're lucky enough to have not a restaurant, a store that sells all kinds of colors, because there's white corn, yellow corn, and blue corn. If you make your own tortillas, you can actually dye them whatever color you want, rainbow color, pink, purple, it's up to you.
Wait, hold on. I have a question. Would it taste worse if I burn my tortilla?
If it's like charred, yes, because it just, after that, it's just literally just extra fried tortilla. But I like to have them really, really crunchy, almost like a chips, like a restaurant chip style fried. I like to do this. I fold them in threes or in thirds. I'll fold them like that, and then I'll just leave them alone, set this aside, grab my other tortilla, and place it on. I'm moving it only because if I leave it alone, it's going to get stuck. But yeah, if it's like a chip toasted or fried, it's actually I like it a little bit. I don't like them like this, like wobbly. I like. Oh, and please be careful. This is really, really hot oil, and if it pops up, if you're not careful, if you grab, like, water spills in it, like if you're passing by, yeah, it'll burn. Now I'm using the same pan. If you noticed, I'm using the same pan that I had. Just because I don't want to grab any more pans and use more dirty dishes. I don't like to do dishes. I don't think a lot of people like to do dishes. So, see? It's getting too close, cameraman. See? It's a little bit starting to get there. So. I'm gonna let you go here. I'll come back when I'm on my last one. Okay, bye. Okay, so here, this is my last one. The amount of oil that I used already was used up. Right, so there. That's the last one. Let me show you. That's one type of way to make them. Oh, I forgot to tell you. I put the oil in medium heat. Right now, I lowered the heat to low, so that I can start to put the sauce in there. But yeah, see, I like them like this. They're not extremely, they're burnt, but they're not gonna taste bad. If you leave them completely black charred, yes, they might not even taste good at all. But this is how I like to leave them. If you like to leave them like this, just leave them on the pan. Leave them on the pan while you boil the other one. You use the side, do the rest. But yeah, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get the sauce. Sometimes I have no choice but to get the yellow tomatoes, the yellow green tomatoes, the in color, right? They're not as deep green as I would like them, so I kind of cheat a little bit, and I put the tomato sauce is not going to come out to this color. It's going to come out a little bit more like yellow green. But what I do is I blend spinach with it. So even if you want to blend spinach with this right now, you can go ahead and do it, and it'll turn it into a really deep green color. That is, you can't even taste the spinach, to be honest. A few 10 leaves, a bunch, like whatever you get in your hand, put them in there, washed, put them in there, blend them up. There you go. So now I'm gonna pour the green sauce into the green salsa into the pan. I used the same pan. I boiled the tomatoes, I fried the tortillas, and now I'm gonna saute the green sauce. So here you go. If this might seem scary, you can turn it off, let it cool down a bit, more than that, and then just turn it back on, turn the stove back on. So now we're gonna add chicken bouillon to this, okay?
All right.
We're gonna add about maybe a tablespoon of chicken bouillon. You can add as much as you want, it's up to you. I'm gonna add, like I said, about a tablespoon. It's up to you to decide how much you want. Now we're gonna get our spoon.
What's the difference between a tablespoon and a teaspoon?
Well, it's gonna be the size. I think a tablespoon is 15 grams, 10 or 15, and then I think the teaspoon is 7 or 10, but I'm not sure. I gotta check. Okay, so we'll do that. Mix, mix, mix. Okay, we'll do this. Mix, mix, mix. We'll give it a bit of taste. Yes, be careful, it's hot. For me, that is it. That's good. You wanna try, cameraman? I'm going to, a bit hot. Whoops. Go. Now that's good to me. It you can add more chicken bouillon, you could add less, you can add salt to this. If you don't like to use chicken bouillon, I believe you can just use salt and pepper, and that's up to your taste buds to decide. I was taught by my mom that you need to get rid of these white bubbles that are around all of these, because she said that this is where this is a difference. See that? That's what we're gonna get rid of. We're gonna get rid of these bubbles. Just skim through the top.
But why should we get rid of the bubbles?
Because my mom said that that's where all the bitterness was from the tomato, the green tomato.
So if I tried the white bubbles, it would be very bitter.
Yeah, that's the old wives' tale. And ever since my mom's taught me, I've just been doing that unconsciously or whatever. I just do that. So you could scrape up the side. You'll get a little bit more. Show over here. See that? Get more. All right. Now the next step is we're going to grate the cheese. This is queso fresco. If you guys want to use this, if you have it in your um if you have it in your store, look it up as or ask for it as queso fresco. But it's basically just a really crumbly cheese, but it's still very, very juicy. As you can see, it still has its oh, focus camera, can't see, hold on, see, it still has its little, what is that, it's not sauce, it's not, I know it has a suero, I don't know what's the name of that. Let me know in the comments what's the name of that liquid, the little cheese liquid thing. So yeah, so now we're just gonna grate it. I like to use the big side.
What animal does this cheese come from?
Oh, this is from the cow.
Okay.
It's up to you. You can also use goat cheese. You can use your preferred cheese. You can even use jack cheese or Gouda. You know, go ahead, be different. And then see, that's how it is grated. And we'll see you when. Oh, and the sauce is ready as it is. You just boiled it at the most 5 minutes with the your seasoning, or in this case I just used chicken bouillon. But that's basically it. You don't really need much. A lot of Mexican dishes I do with chicken bouillon. If it's like a saucy dish, yeah, I use. If it's steak, I obviously use, other seasonings. But yeah, just grate your cheese. Go ahead, and I'll see you in the last step. Alrighty, so after about 5 minutes, it's gonna boil. This is the consistency that you should look for. A little bit runny. Okay, got that. What we'll do is you put them in. I'll show you all 3 variations. This one is really quick. This one doesn't need. Okay, so once it's in, this is the one that's really soft. You just fold it over itself thrice, in thirds, like this. You plate it in, and there it goes. This is good, and it's very, very soft. It's, not hard at all. This one's a little bit more fried. You might want to leave it on in for a few more, maybe a minute. There. Like I said, I don't like it too soft. See this one? Hardly even bends. This one, it's really, really soft. And you have to work quick because this one will fall apart inside the sauce, the green sauce. Now this is done. You put it in there. I like mine really crispy, so I just dip it in and take it out. I don't do more than that. That's it. But if you like it like that, you could still let it seep in all the juices, and it'll eventually soften up. Okay, but those are the 3 variations. Now after that, you come over here, you add your onion. It could either be like that or the slices, really thin slices. Then your cheese. Good amount of cheese, please. Okay. Now it's optional. You can add the sour cream. I like to buy these in that are already bagged. They're really good. And then you just squirt. Oops.
So, Mom, does the different type of sour cream or cheese affect the taste of the enchiladas?
Yes, it actually does. Maybe the sour cream not so much, but if you change the queso fresco for maybe like a Monterey Jack or a Gouda or something, it'll definitely change its flavor. So that's it. Cut this out and we'll enjoy. Yep. Best. Want to try some, cameraman? Here's my cameraman trying his very first enchilada. How'd you like that?
That's really good. Sauce is great. Tortilla is great. Overall, really good.
Now, I don't make it spicy for the kids. I like it very spicy. That's a whole nother story. If you want, just boil the sauce, boil the green tomatoes with serrano pepper or jalapeno pepper, the amount of peppers you want, 2, 3, 1, and then blend it with the rest. Now let's say you do this for the kids, or whoever doesn't like spice. You blend it without the pepper, blend everything else just like I did right now for this video, and then pour it in, but leave a little bit of green sauce in the blender or processor. Leave it a little bit and then put the peppers in there. Blend up the peppers, and once you serve the kids, just pour in the sauce with the spice, the pepper. And there you go. You got your non-spicy salsa, and you got the option for a spicy salsa for whoever wants spicy and no spicy. And there you go. I hope you guys enjoy. Leave a comment and tell me what ingredients you used, what ingredients you changed. And I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you. Bye.